Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be planting strawberries in coco coir and perlite. It's a simple process. In here I have the same type of tube or tub that I made before for my onions and my beets. It's similar to both of them. It has the holes in the PVC pipe. It has the hole cut in it, and that's that simple. And when the strawberries are in here with the perlite and the coco coir, you'll have an ebb and flow type of system. So let's get into that and I'll show you how I mixed it all together. Okay, I have mixed up some coco coir already, and I have it in a bucket. And what I'm going to do is mix the coco coir and the perlite together, just like I did with the beets. And it's going to be a nice blend. So we'll put all this together here, and I'll fill this guy up to, well, I would say about here, because strawberries are a shallow root anyway, and I'm going to have them cascading over the sides so they don't get to moisture to the strawberries. So let me put this together and I'll get right back with you. Okay, you can see I blended the coco coir and the perlite together, and we have a nice mix here. And the reason for the coco coir or the perlite in the coco coir is to keep it from getting hard and clumping. It'll keep everything aerated. And here I have my 10 strawberry crowns that I got from Gurnee, and I got them yesterday, and I unpackaged them and put them in water for a couple hours, and then I just put them in a little bit of soil to keep the roots from drying out. Now it's important when you plant the strawberry plant that this part of the strawberry does not get buried. If that gets buried, the plant's going to die. And I'm also having these along the side here so the strawberries will hang over and not get into the perlite and coco coir and sit in a damp moisture or a dampness and have it go to rot. So here we go. This is the first one here. Again, the crown. So I'm just going to dig a little hole here in the perlite. Press it down a little. Make sure that crown is on top. All done. This one has a little bit more root. Again, the crown is way over here. See right there? And you want to have that above the soil line. Now this I believe it has room for 10 plants, because when they're in a pot, when people grow them in a pot, they have plenty of, or they're pretty tight and they do pretty well. Some of these crowns are hard to see, but as long as you keep it up above there, I don't believe you'll have any problem with it. And I didn't trim the roots back. I don't think it's necessary. I'm only going to put 4 plants. This is a big one too. You can see the crown pretty good over here. So that one's going to go right there. I'm not digging this down. I think this tub is 6 inches deep. And I may even put a little more, excuse me, coco coir on here and make sure we're doing okay. Now this one, I don't know. This one don't look like it's going to make it at all. It looks like it came in dead. But the roots are the right color, so I'm going to give it a go. Just stick it in there. Keep the crown above the soil line and go for it. This one here looks like it's damaged, but it's got a lot of growth. So that one we're going to put at this end. And because this is an ebb and flow system, I'm going to be, let me break these roots up a little bit. I'm just going to have the strawberry fertilizer that was in another video. I'll even have a link to it in the description of the value or the numbers for a strawberry fertilizer. I guess this was the other part of that plant that doesn't look good. So here we go. This is the strawberry plants. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2, 4, 6, 8, yeah, 9 plants here out of 10. So we'll see how it goes. If you found this information useful, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And I'll keep you abreast of how these are going. And I'll even show you right next to this, I have my other, if you remember, the strawberry plants that I pulled out of the backyard that were getting eaten up by bugs. I'll show you the progress on that. It's right over here. Here you see the other tub. It's a smaller tub, but I have the strawberries on there going to town. See, they're getting pretty big. And these were the plants that I pulled out of the yard or the garden last year because the birds and the bugs were eating them up, and I didn't get hardly any production. As soon as a strawberry started getting pink, the birds got them. And then what they didn't get, the bugs got. So I think I'm going to try this ebb and flow for the perlite and the coco coir and see if that gives me a much better crop. I'm using the coco coir. Let's go back here. I'm using the coco coir and the perlite because I did some research last year, and industry uses this type. They use their coco coir and perlite, and they put it in the bag. And they puncture the bag and they stick the strawberry plant in it, and it's in long runners in their greenhouse. And they feed it pretty much the same way. They have the fertilizers run through it, and then it drains, and you have your strawberries. So if you enjoyed this video, had fun with it, found the information useful, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you.